we are going to be talking about the different parts of the skeletal system. The adult human skeletal system is made up of 206 bones, and babies are born with 350 to 300 bones which end up merging together.
The skull, or the cranium, houses the brain as a protective shield.
Protection. The skeleton protects organs in the body. Bones can cover and protect many of our major organs. They are like an armor that protects our insides. The cranium or skull protects the brain. The ribs or sternum protect the lungs, heart, and some of the digestive system. Pelvis protects and supports the digestive and reproductive organs. The spinal column protects the spine. Support. The skeleton provides a framework for the body. Bones provide the basic shape and structure for the body. What do you think we would look like if we didn't have bones? Right? The bones are like beams inside of a building. All of our organs, muscles, and skin are organized around bones just like the walls of a building. The mandible and maxilla support the teeth. Bones of the lower limbs, like the pelvis and the vertebral column, hold up the body.
Blood cell productions inside the lung bones in our bodies. There is a cavity that is filled with substance called bone marrow. In the tissue, new body cells are produced and damaged blood cells are repaired.
Movement. The bones are like levers that help the body move in different directions and in different ways. The bones by themselves cannot move without any muscles. Mineral is a substance that the body needs to carry out all of our bodily functions, like thinking, breathing, and moving around. One of the minerals that the body needs is called calcium. Calcium is a major part of the bones, and this is where the body stores its calcium. It is very important to make sure that you take in the right amount of calcium each day. If you don't get enough calcium, the body will take the calcium it needs from your bones. The less calcium the bones have, the weaker they are. Some major diseases of the skeletal system are arthritis, bone cancer, rickets, osteoporosis, and scoliosis. Arthritis is an inflammatory condition that affects joints. It usually involves swelling, joint pain, and stiffness. Bone cancer. Though uncommon, it is cancer that originates within the bone of your body, causing bones to weaken. It is shown by fatigue, bone pain, and frequent bone fractures. Leukemia is a form of cancer that originates in the bone marrow and affects the lymphatic system. Rickets is a disease that leads to softening and weakening of your bone tissue, or vitamin D deficiency. Osteoporosis, a condition in which bones become brittle and weak due to extensive loss of bone tissue. It is usually shown by bone fractures of the wrist or spine or hip. Scoliosis is a condition involving excessive or abnormal curvature of the spine, chronic back pain, lower back pain, as well as difficulty in bending, twisting, and or lifting objects. Spongy bone is the tissue that makes up the interior bones. Compact bone is the tissue that forms the surface of bones. In long bones, spongy bone forms in the interior of the epiphysis. The diaphysis shaft consists of compact bone surrounding the central marrow cavity. Bone marrow is a flexible tissue found in the interior of the bones. In humans, red blood cells are produced in the heads of long bones in the process known as hematopoiesis. On average, bone marrow constitutes 4% of total body mass. In an adult weighing 65 kilograms or 140 pounds, bone marrow accounts for approximately 2.6 kilograms or 5.7 pounds. The hematopoietic compartment of the bone marrow produces approximately 500 billion blood cells per day, which use the bone marrow vasculature as a conduit to the body's systematic circulation. Bone marrow is also a key component to the lymphatic system, producing lymphocytes that support the body's immune system. Bone marrow transplants can be conducted to treat severe diseases of the bone marrow, including certain forms of cancer. Additionally, bone marrow stem cells have been successfully transformed into functional neural cells and can also potentially be used to treat illnesses such as inflammatory bowel diseases. Types of marrow. The two types of bone marrow are medulla osseum red marrow, which consists of mainly hematopoietic tissue, and medulla osseum flava, yellow marrow, which is mainly made up of fat cells. Red blood cells, platelets, and most of white blood cells arise in the red marrow. Both types of bone marrow contain numerous blood vessels and capillaries. At birth, all bone marrow is red. With age, more and more of it's converted to yellow type. Only around half of the adult bone marrow is red. Red marrow is found mainly in the flat bones, such as the pelvis, sternum, cranium, ribs, vertebrae, and the scapula, and in the cancellous, spongy material at the epiphyseal ends of the long bones, such as the femur, the humerus. Yellow marrow is found in the medullary cavity, the hollow interior of the middle portion of the long bones. In cases of severe blood loss, the body can convert yellow marrow back to red marrow to increase blood cell reproduction.
And that concludes our project over the skeletal system.